my house it was mountains and forest, and I think I saw my first television when I was 5 years ago, and yeah, like all the time.
Wait, 5 years ago, or when you were
No,
5 years old?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
when I was 5 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit. So actually, all the time, when we was not in the school, it was playing outside with my sister. So.
Is your sister younger or older?
Yeah, she's 1 year younger, so almost the same, and so it make a big difference, I think, to be out all the time when you are children. To be out and to be like climbing trees and jumping from rocks and being out in a not in the pavement or not in a road, but to being in the outdoors, like in the forest and in the snow and get used to this kind of terrain. So we was there all the time when we was out, and both my parents they are both enthusiastic about mountains, and my father he was mountain guide and he has done some expeditions a bit everywhere, and he has like a traditional vision of mountaineering, like he was like in the romantic area, like going and in terms of gear and safety, really in the standards what we can say. And my mother, she has been doing.
Sorry, was he? You said I just want to get a little more about him. So, is he still climbing?
He's still not climbing, but doing some summits and doing some, yeah.
Does he like what part of the mountains did you learn from him? Like like the respect, the ethic, like.
Yeah, I think the respect of the mountains or of the media, like the safety things, and then he was a lot of technique probably. Remember when I was 3 years old, we started to do some summits like I was with cross-country skis with the skis, and then going down in alpine skis, and like we started to do the first 3,000 meters peaks when I was 5 years old, and like
so you're going up in cross-country skis, and then you carried the alpine skis?
Or it was my parents that carried.
But they carried your alpine skis up, and then you could alpine ski down.
Yeah. Nice. So like introduction to ski mountaineering when it was not clear. And then like at 5 years old we start to go to the glaciers, so we start to get used to roping and to get used to crevasses and these things.
Okay.
And at the same time I started to do my first easy couloirs, like 40 degrees maximum. So start to get used with the what's crampons, size axes, and then we start to do some.
And that was around 5.
5 years old, yeah.
That's early, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty. Like now when I saw a kid of 5 years old, it's like, oh, it was this young. The picture, like the head that looked like 5 times my head.
Like a mushroom.
Yeah, so I think it was, mostly to learn about the gear and to learn about the environment, like what size, what's a crevasse, what's how to use an ice axe and things like that. So that was a thing, and then say my mother, she has been doing a lot of mountaineering all her life. In another way, she was more in the hippie area. Like they was going one time to Pamir. They knew nothing. Like they was in Lenin Peak, and every day they was climbing to one summit or the other, and like the Russian militaries, they was completely like, what's these people doing? Like she was in a way much more free on the mountains, like less organized. But she has been doing a lot of climbing and mountaineering and also endurance sports. Like she was doing some marathons when she was young, and then then when I started racing, she was doing some races too, in ski mountaineering and things. So she had more this vision of moving fast or moving lighter. And yeah, both with my parents we did some long crossings when we did the Pyrenees crossing, walking, that it's like 40 days walking with the tents and with everything. So also.
How old were you then?
Then I was 10, I think. So
40 days walking.
Yeah. And we did, like every year we did something like that, or sometimes cycling for several days and carrying all the things. So also to learn about, I think it was important about endurance, to learn about keeping like going for days and things. And a bit older, with my mother, we started to do some long days in the mountains. And not really organized, but when we was 13, 14, I remember some days like going for 15, 16 hours without water, without food, and just leaping the rocks when it was a bit of water and things. And it is stupid this time, but I think your body learn a lot when you do these kind of things. And I was doing pretty young, so then I think my body started to learn about like energy and keeping the energy and how to expend that.